Hey guys, finally getting back to doing the rest of these lesson videos for my new EP, and I decided to kind of skip Haste and One of Everything for now, just because a lot of people have been asking for Valor specifically. So it is definitely one of the funner songs on guitar, but it's also one of the more confusing ones too, because I use a really weird tuning. When I recorded it, it was actually recorded with two different tunings, but I kind of figured out a way to just do it with both of those kind of combined, because I played it normally in half step down drop D, and there was a part in the song where I do this. Like, I wanted to do that, but it wasn't going to be in key since I do so many open notes in that. I had to drop it down to C, or it was D flat standard, instead of just, it would end up being in drop D flat. So I'm just going to go ring them all out and tell you what they all are. So the first one is either D flat, C sharp, same thing. Next one is G sharp, which is just half step down. C sharp, F sharp, G sharp again, and that's C sharp. So like I said, essentially it's still in a drop D style, but those two high notes are just a extra step down or half step down. So first off, I'm just going to start doing all the rhythm stuff, and then I'll get to all the leads later, just because it'll be a little more time consuming. Intro starts off with some drums, and then it goes to this. So that is just starting with an open note on the 6th string, and then you're just doing a 5 and a 7 on the next two strings, and then it goes to a 4 and a 7. So it's just kind of sliding from that chord to the next chord. And I'm doing some kind of like palm muted sort of strums in between. So then I go to 4, 4, 7. Yeah, after those first two notes, or the first two chords, I do 4, 4, 7, and then 5, 5, 7. It just kind of slides up. So this pinky is staying on the 7 on that 4th string like the whole time. So just watch my pinky for now. So the pinky isn't moving. That's staying on a 7 the whole time, and it's basically just my index finger just moving and doing the note changes. So that's pretty simple. And then it goes to a little more like kind of a punk riff, I guess. Then it goes. So that goes, which is 2 on the lowest string, and then a 5 and a 4, then back to the 5 on the next string down. And then I'm doing like a 2 in between. And then it goes to 5 with 9 and a 7 on the next string. Oh, it actually goes to the 5, so 9, 7, 5. I do that one twice, but then the third time around I actually go up another section, so it goes like this. It's been a while since I played this. So after the 5, 9, 7, 5, then it goes to 7, 7, and then 10, 9, 7, and then I just end on 5, 5, 5, and then it kind of just rings out for a little bit, and it goes. I'm fucking this up a lot. Alright, so it goes. So I'm doing a quick hammer-on pull-off with the open. I'm just gonna say A note, even though it's G sharp, and then it goes into a 2, and then open again, and then a 4 and a 2 on the lowest string, and then back to that open next string, and then 4 2 0, 4 2 4 0. Yeah, took me a minute to get it slow. So this next part is actually pretty similar to the intro, chord-wise. So right after it does it just does that big low open note, and that's just a pretty simple, I guess C sharp, D flat, whatever you want to call it, power chord, but it's open, and a 5, and then a 7. And then it does 5, 5, 7, and then 4, 5, 7, and then it goes. No. So then it's doing 4, 7 on the next 2 strings. You're pretty much just doing that 5, 5, 7 and 4, 5, 7 in between each of those changes. So that's pretty simple, and then it goes to a second verse kind of part, if you want to call it that. It gets a little quieter. I did it on a much lighter setting, so I just turned it down a little bit. It starts on a 5 on that 5th string, and then a 4 on the next string, and then it goes down to a 2 and a 4, and then 2 0, and then just a power chord, and then that would just be 4 4 4, 2 2 2, and 0 0 0. So all together with the strumming and everything, it kind of sounds like this. Then it goes to a bit of a heavier part. So right after, then it goes to a 4 and a 5, and then a 5 and a 5. does 4 to 5, and then 5 5, and then it does 4 5 7. Just adds a little extra little tail on there, and then I do 5 5 9. So altogether, it sounds like this. That last chord is a 7 7 11. And I'll just say it now. For the second time I do this, I actually do each part twice because it's a longer segment, because that's when I'm doing this. That's when I'm doing that part lead, and it's extended. So the second pre-chorus kind of thing does everything twice, like I said. And it goes right into the chorus, and the chorus chorus is pretty similar to that verse riff, that first verse riff, and the intro riff. So it goes like this. So it's really just 3 different chords. It's that normal power chord I've been doing, a 5 and a 7. And you could do the open note if you want to. But I don't believe I did that when I recorded. And then it does 4 5 7, and then 5 5 7. So pretty simple. Then it goes back to and I already mentioned how to do that. Then it goes, the same verse, second verse, pre-chorus, yeah, all of that's the same, and then it goes to the last chorus. And then I'm going to consider this rhythm guitar just because, it's pretty much just the main part playing. It goes like this. It got really dark in here. Let me turn this light on. Damn clouds. So it goes like this. So that repeats, I believe, 6 times. And it goes 0, 10, 12 twice. And then it goes. And that second part is 9, 10 and on the second string. And then a 12 on that low string. So and then it goes to a 10 and then slides off. So real slow, it goes like this. So full speed, it'll sound like this. And that'll take a little while to get down, but it's pretty fun riff. Then it goes to the part where Grant does his guitar solo, and the rhythm part goes like this. After so all that really is just an open note and then a 10, and I'm doing a little bit of like a slight bend on it sometimes. Then it will go up to the 12 too. So. And then I just pretty much do a chord version of that, just a little lower. So it's the same notes really, but it's just a little fuller. So it's just that same open, but I'm actually making it a chord this time. So I'm letting maybe like the first 3 strings ring out, all open. And then it's a 3 and a 5 on the second 2 string. And then it goes to a 5/7 on those same strings. And that just repeats. I think the first part is twice, and then this part's twice. And then it goes to the final riff of the song, which is similar to the first bridge riff. It goes like this. So the first part of that, and I'd say the third part of it are pretty similar, if not exactly the same. I don't remember, but it goes. I'm going to say that's the first part. So it starts with an open note, and it slides us to the 12, and that's 9/10. Back to the 9, and then 12/10/12, I believe. 12/10/10/12. And the next part goes, which is the same as before. 12, 9, 10, 9, 12, and then it goes, which is 14, 10, 12. So that second part goes. Then the third part, like I said, is pretty much similar to the first one. And it goes. So that last little section just ends just a couple extra notes. So. And that last little part goes. Which is just open 10, 12. And then the last part goes. So it's that same first part. And I'm actually doing a pinch harmonic there. So it goes, those last 2 chords are just 10, 10, 12, and then 12, 12, 12. So that whole last section should sound like this. I'll do it slow, then I'll do it fast. So that's slow. Here's fast. So I'm going to start a new video for the lead section, but that is basically everything for the rhythm. And you'll notice that I didn't touch those 2 low strings, so it shouldn't really interfere if you're just doing the just the rhythm parts. And if you wanted to just do the rhythm parts, you could tune those normal, just half step down instead of whatever it was, 1.5 or full step down, whatever. Yeah, this is C sharp and G sharp. So, like I said, I'm gonna get to the leads now, and yeah, here we go. All right, so I showed you everything for the rhythms, and technically the leads don't come in until the verse, which is Grant Henry playing, also known as Stemage. And he didn't teach me how to play his parts, and I'm playing his parts on that weird tuning just to make it all work. So he probably played it a little differently, but this is how I kind of figured it out. And it goes like this. First verse sounds like this. So, starts off with a 7 and a 9 on the 3rd string. So it goes 7 9 or 7 9 7 9, and then I kind of do like a little pinch with a bend. So that's just a little bit of 7 and 9 with some bend thrown in there. And then it goes to 12 and an 11. 12 on the 2nd string, and then 11 on the highest string. So just 12, 11, 12. And then it goes 11, 12, 14. And then I do 12, 11, 12 again. So then it goes to so it's just a little variation of that first part. Starts on a 7 on that 3rd string, then 7 9 on the next string up. So it starts. So it's just going 7 and 9 on the 3rd and the 4th string. So that's the last part. Apparently Big wants to say hi. It goes up to that 12 and the 11 again. Then it does 12 on that 2nd string, and then 11, 12, 14, and then a 14 on the 2nd string. And I'm pretty sure the first time around he just does a little vibrato on that 14, because the second time around he does like a little bend. And then it goes to a part that I played that's on those 2 higher strings, and it goes like this. So you're hitting the 12 on the 2nd string like the whole time. That's not changing. It's just the notes on the highest strings. So it starts off 12. That's kind of it slowed down, but it goes 12 and 12, then 11 and 12, then 9 and 12, back to 11 and 12, then 14 and 12, and then 12 and 12. So slow down, it goes like this. And those notes on the high string are all pulling off to open zeros, and that's why I had to tune it kind of weird. So then it goes, slides from the 12, and then it goes to kind of like a pop punk type of riff. So you're playing a lot with open notes in there, and you're doing 4, 4 open, pulled off, and then an open on the second string, and then a 2 pulled off to open, and then another open on the next string up. So that's the next part. Goes 4 on the second string. So it's 4 pull off to open, then a 2 on the next string pulled off, and then a 4 pulled off, and then just 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, and then just open. Just one pick. So slow down, that goes. And then the next part goes. So that's just 7, 5, 4 on both top strings. Same sort of format as that first part, where it goes 7 pulled off, open, and then an open on the next string. And then just 7, all those notes pulled off except for the last one. Hold on one second, my cat's being an asshole. Yeah, I know, you want to leave. Come on. Go. Okay, so that was my main leads for the song. That last time around, I don't do pull-offs on those last couple notes. Just because that's just going right into the chorus where Grant's playing his leads that sound like this. So that's just 14 with a slight bend, and then it's just 12, or sorry, I meant to say 16 with a slight bend, and then it does 14 and 12, then a little vibrato, and then so it's the same starting point, so 16, and then 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, and then a 14 on the second string up. And then same thing again. And then the last part goes like this. A little bit better bend. It just bends up a full step, so the last part goes. So that's 16, 14, 12, 14, then it goes up to 17, and then a full bend, which would be the equivalent of a 19. So that's the chorus. Then it goes back to, you know, the intro again, and the other leads are basically the same. He's just doing the... he does throw in like a little bit extra, but that's basically how it's done. That time he does the little bend up and ends on the 12, but everything else is pretty much the same. I know he does add some harmonies here and there. I don't know if he does in the verse, but I know he does in the chorus. So then I just do the... do that part again, and then I do that, and then it does the chorus riff that I had just shown you. And then it goes to the bridge, which is the... then it does... right when I do this part... Sorry, I'm just kind of brain farting a little bit. That is when Grant starts his solo, and I'm pretty sure I remember how to do it. It's like, that's not it. Yeah, that's how it goes. So, I'm pretty sure this is how he does it. It's tapping between 14, 16, 17. Just really fast. And then it's a full bend up on a 17 on the second string. Then it goes up to, so 17, and then 19 full bend, and then next string up, the highest string, it does a 16, and then 17. So that whole part slowed down is... And then he does a part with a wah pedal. He does a lot of movement with that wah pedal, but he's basically, as far as I can tell, just doing this. Which is just 10 and 10 on the two high strings. And then just kind of hammering on to the 12 on the highest string. This part I kind of messed with. I know it's not exactly what he does, but I basically just do it 10, 12 on both the two high strings with a bend on the end of that. And then, so bend on the 12, bend on the 14, bend on the 16, and then end on a bend on the 17. And then that's what I'm doing. So altogether, Grant's solo more or less sounds like this. Something like that. Maybe he'll chime in. I know he seems, I see some of my videos every now and then. But that's more or less how I do it. especially on, you know, a guitar that's basically two tunings in one. But I hope this helped. I know some of my videos I get a little confused just because, to be honest, I didn't practice this before I made the video, and I probably should have. But I'll be doing lesson videos for some of the other ones pretty soon, hopefully. I plan to anyway. So, like I said, if you got any questions at all, you know, I'll do my best to help. Or if I got to break something down a little easier, I could do that too. So, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. See ya. And check out the EP if you haven't already. I really appreciate it.